And then we come to the most important question. Even if you get every single nurse to be hired the day of the bill, why do we only have 37 days? Training.
If the ultimate goal, I think my biggest problem and issue with this bill is that if the ultimate goal was for safe patient outcomes, why not allow the amount of time to train the nurses properly, to implement what is safe for our hospitals?
Yes.
There's a lot of comparisons as far as, like,
of course,
California has had these, certain outcomes, and they're doing this, which I think we can't correlate because we don't have the amount of time that they had. So our outcomes are ultimately going to be different.
Yes.
We have how many days?
It's 37 business days. Yes, 37 business days.
You can't even train nurses in the amount of time, and ultimately those results are going to have an effect on us.
You made that point. The orientation of a new nurse is longer than 37 days.
I did make that. They watched my video. You guys, they watched my video.
But I think those are the outcomes that we worry about. Is the outcomes of the short amount of notice, and how that can have an effect on orientation, on patient outcomes, on pressuring, fulfilling that number.
Yes, and that is very true. That is true. And I can't argue with that fact. That it's just a fact. And that's like, you saw my video previous to this. I had that same concern. I thought the 37 days was too little, and I thought the nurse shortage is a real thing, and we're not going to be able to find all those nurses that quickly. But ladies and gentlemen, that time is not enough. It's not enough. But the way that the initiative is going to be planned out and played out is that if we vote yes on November 6th, it goes into law on January 1st. Let me be clear with you guys right now. There are 0 hospitals in Massachusetts that will be fined January 1st. There are 0 hospitals. And I say 0 because I mean 0 based on this bill. And the reason is because according to the bill, the Health Policy Commission needs to, at that point, when the bill is enacted January 1st, they need to come together, convene, and then they need to make the decisions as to what the fines will be. They will decide on January 1st what the fines will be, and for every instance. So, like for the ERs, for the ER nurses, if you are over 5 patients, if you have non-urgent, stable patients, what is that fine going to be? What's the fine going to be for nurses who have 5 patients when their partner is doing compressions on a code patient? What is the fine going to be when a nurse gets a flat tire and for the whole shift, all the nurses have 1 extra patient? Those are the details that are going to be set up starting January 1st. According to the bill, it's hard to say when the commission will come up with the fines list. It could be the day after, it could be 6 months later, but there will be 0 fines come January 1st. 0. And once those regulations get put into place, it is then the healthcare commission will then tell you have 6 months left to have this, or we will start fining. You have 4 months left. So no one is getting fined come January. That is just not going to happen. It is impossible for you to get fined come January. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate this. If you guys were informed or educated in any way, shape, or form by these stories, please hit that like button. If you liked my presentation of the news, I really suggest you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know every time Q the Nurse drops some hot, fresh press news. Thank you. Catch you next week. Deuces.